ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Team Bahamas returned home this afternoon from the Under-21 Men's Caribbean Volleyball Championship as bronze medalist. This was the first time our junior men had medaled in the past decade, and it was only the third medal ever at that level, following 2 silver medals in 2001 and 2003. Now, after failing to beat Trinidad in pool play, it was unclear how the Bahamas would respond in the third-place match against that same side. But this time around, it would be a totally different outcome, with the Bahamas prevailing in straight sets. Head coach Vince Smith spoke about what made the difference the second time around.
We had some 38 errors, and that's too much in a volleyball game, especially in 3 sets. Yet still, we lost the sets by 2 points. So we were confident, and we looked at their style of play, and once we made 1 or 2 adjustments, in addition to getting some more practices in, we were ready for Trinidad.
Now, Captain Rajal Moxie led the Bahamas on offense for most of the tournament, and he was satisfied with the outcome.
Our first 2 games are kind of rough. We weren't playing team ball. It was more like we were playing individual volleyball, and that's what caused us to lose those games, evidently in the end. But afterwards, when we started to play team volleyball, that's when we won the game that we needed to win, which allowed us to advance to the semifinals. And then we got a bit comfortable and lax, and that's what cost us the gold medal round. And then we realized that, hey, we could win this tournament, but we had to make the adjustment within ourselves to remember that we have to play team volleyball, Bahamas volleyball. And once we did that, we were relaxed enough, but we were confident at the same time to play Trinidad, and we took them in 3 sets. So it was a pretty good tournament.
Now, in addition to winning the bronze medal, the Bahamas also came home with 2 individual awards. Gage Smith won the best setter, while Kenton Dawkins, he was named the best blocker.
I thought I was in last, so my coaches said. So I stepped up my game a lot, and I had to buckle down and stay focused a lot more than I was. And that's what probably cost us come over the bronze.
For my position, really, I only have one main job, that's the block ball, so I just went out there, I did my best.
Well, after more than a decade, our men's 4x4 team from the 2000 Sydney Olympics finally received their bronze medals during a special luncheon yesterday at the Hilton Hotel. For the team of Chris Brown, Troy McIntosh, Avod Munker, Tim Munnings, and Carl Oliver, it was truly a moment to remember.
I was a little bit frightened, timid, scared, getting out of the blocks, but when that gun went off and it was my time to take the baton around the track, I did what I had to do.
There was hundreds of thousands of people that were watching and millions that watched from the TV screen, so I just felt a level of adrenaline that was beyond anything that I've ever imagined as a 20-year-old.
In my entire career, there's only 2 medals I didn't win, Indoor Worlds and Olympic medal. So to now have the Olympic medal, I could say, for me it's a closure. I'm retired 7 years now, so it's great.
I led off the team with the first round, and that was very exciting that our confidence grew from the first round because we were pretty much winning from that point.
Now, Brown wasn't able to attend Monday's special luncheon due to prior commitments. Nevertheless, it was a proud moment for all, especially Bahamas Olympic Committee President Wellington Miller.
What they were saying is that only one person was caught with drugs, so only one person should get suspended. So they keep on appealing until it finally reached the end, and they gave us our medal. When it got there, we wrote them a strong letter, let them know that, hey, that medal is ours, and we want it this year, and we got it.
Now, Prime Minister Perry Christie was honored to place the medal on each team member, and he left them with these words of encouragement.
You really made it possible for younger ones to believe that they could be better, that they could do better, and that they could win at the level of the Olympics and at the level of the World Games.
Well, it's just days before Team Bahamas is scheduled to travel to Russia for the World Track and Field Championships, and still the B3As are stuck in the blocks with some hurdles to overcome. Charles Fisher has the story.
It's costing the B3As around $120,000 to send this 30-member team to Russia. And according to President Mike Sands, they have yet to reach that goal.
Somewhat concerned that we have not reached our targeted amount yet, but I'm still very hopeful that at the end of the day, based on some pleas and some representation that we've made, that we expect to be made on our behalf, we're hoping by the end of the day those finances will be in place for us to be able to purchase those tickets for us to start moving out on Sunday. We've got 24 hours, the travel agencies are working very closely with us. We've got 24 hours to purchase those tickets, and I'm very, very hopeful because at the end of the day, as you know, tickets go up every day. And so if we don't get to purchase those tickets by the end of tomorrow, then of course we'd expect that those prices will go up as well.
Lack of funds also meaning that there will be no training camp for our athletes prior to the games.
Training camp gives you the opportunity to develop that synergy. It gives you time for the relay teams even to get together, even though it's critical that the athletes focus on the individual event as well, and the relay becomes secondary, even though we become very known for our relay exploits on the world stage. But the training camp would have been a plus to that. Unfortunately, the finances were not available for us to do that.
Now I know the question on many minds is, how could the B3s find themselves in such a predicament, knowing for some time the games were coming?
Bear in mind now, we had 3 major teams that traveled so far this year, and even though we hosted Carifta here, there was an expense to us still. And so we spent, I'd say, almost $200,000 or thereabouts already on teams travel, and so it wasn't a question of not getting the funds in time. Funding is an ongoing issue with our federation. We're operating a major organization where we depend on corporate Bahamas and citizens and the government to a great extent, and we recognize that there's a tight economy, and at the end of the day, persons look at where they're going to prioritize, and unfortunately our program was not a priority for a number of persons, and so funding got cut back to a great extent, but we are satisfied at this juncture that we're able to have all our teams travel, and we are still hopeful that all the teams will be able to travel for the rest of the year.
Hopefully they can get this all sorted out so the team can put on a great performance in Russia. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks a lot, Charles. Well, it's a big holiday weekend upcoming for regattas. Rollville Exuma will be one of 4 destinations to choose from. Now into its 71st year, Rollville is the oldest running regatta in the country, and Commodore Dwight Hart explains the secret to their success.
We have been fortunate in Rollville that there's been some continuity at the leadership level with the regatta committee for years. Prior to me coming on the scene, we had the late Kermit Roll, who was in charge, and fellas like himself, Bill McPhee, who was one of the honorees this year, Douglas Roll, Reg McKenzie, those older generation, they kept that thing going. And so now, I've had the mantle for the last 3 years, and so I'm trying to do my part to make sure that, this oldest regatta in the Bahamas continues. And so we're here at the 71st year, and we hope to make this year even better than last year.
Now, after having such a good time at last year's Rollville Regatta, the crew from Sweet Island Gal will be back, and co-owner Sandy Trico is expecting some stiff competition.
You got to talk about the yellow boats out of Barry Terry. Definitely some good competition there. And WG Thunderbird, man, they always give us some great competition. So I'm looking forward to beating Rev this lap. And maybe even handling Golden Girl too. So we'll see how that goes. But the Sweet Island Gal, we going down there to take over Rollville this year.
Well, champions have been crowned in the Bahamas Fly Football League. Our big defensive lineman Chris Saunders tells us how it all went down.
We start with the Women's Championship between the Pink Foxes and the Bomber Jeep Bobcats. And of course, we need Junkanoo. First half, punt return for the Foxes. Foxes bring it up the sidelines. She's eventually stopped. 2 plays later, touchdown by Indy Mackey. Pink Foxes, they go up 7-zip at this point. 2 possessions later, Alana Rogers finds Heather Knowles on the side for the touchdown. Foxes up 13-7. It was a tough second half. They go on now to win this one with that same score, 13-7, and take the championship. On to the men's championship now, Ravens and the BTC Avengers. First half, Ravens quarterback Ronaldo Dorset connects with Tage Adderley. Nice snag, but it's brought back on penalties. Check out this play though. Ravens quarterback again, Dorset on the run, in the air, off his back foot, still connects with Ashley Roberts. First down for the Ravens. Same half. Dorset with the fake to Jamal Storr. Easy connection with Mitch Johnson. It's first down. Same drive. Dorset again to the sideline for the connection to Roberts yet again. Short of a first down though. Avengers, they take over. Avengers quarterback Lamont Gatsby connects with Andy Bodie. First down, but they don't score on that drive. Ravens up 28-6. Now check this out. Possibly the play of the game. Dorset under trouble. Up in the air. The Avengers deflect it, but get this. Ashley Roberts comes down with it. What a play. Check it again in slow motion. Telling you, play the game. Second half now, Ravens up. Avengers, Gatsby connects with Sheik's Major for the touchdown. Ravens, though, still in command at this point, 35-12. New drive, Dorsett with a few options. Makes himself one. Takes it in for another touchdown. Ravens in complete control of the game at this point, 42-13. Avengers trying to mount a comeback. The Quicksilver. Andy Bodie, however, he's stopped, can't get on a run. Ravens, though, could not be stopped at all, it seemed. Dorsett with the handoff to Jamal Storr. And he slips through the defense. Slippery goes all the way. High-stepping it even. The Ravens go up 49-26, and with almost surgical precision, parlaying offense and defense to go on to take the championship 56-32. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Chris Saunders.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. And that will do it for sports. But stay tuned, there's more to come after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.